And good evening to you. Thank you for tuning in and for watching tonight's edition, 8 p.m. edition of Atlanta News First Plus. Want to thank you for tuning in and for watching, and want to remind you that we're going to be chatting about weather with this particular stream, kind of spending a few extra moments on the forecast, and you can still catch up with your latest news headlines tonight on Atlanta News First at 10 on Peachtree TV, Atlanta CW, but do want to spend just a few more minutes than normal in our 8 p.m. stream, just drawing attention to the fact that we have some weather on the way. Of course, it's chilly outside right now, but it is going to get downright cold once again. Just was, in fact, this morning, coldest morning in Atlanta, at least at Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson, or Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta, should say, International Airport, since January 22nd. The low was 27. That is officially a hard freeze, the first for the city, again, since January. Now, we get a little bit of a break. Tonight, not nearly as cold. Tomorrow to start, not nearly as cold, but then trending much colder. In fact, by tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening, and certainly by this time tomorrow evening, the bottom is going to fall out. We have much colder air filtering back into North Georgia, Metro Atlanta included, really much of the southeast. And then beyond that, we have a rain chance to talk about. Monday is a first alert weather day. Again, Monday is kind of the day in which weather is more likely than normal to impact your plans and your activities. So we're going to be tracking these changes on the way here over the next few days, several days in regards to Monday. And obviously there's still some uncertainty in that first alert forecast, and probably some fine-tuning that will still be done between now and Monday, as far as, when does rain start in your neighborhood, when does it leave, how much rain do you see? We just can't give you those answers with 100% accuracy just yet, but we're going to give you that first alert, letting you know we're watching Monday, and Monday is a day that has weather that could impact those plans. As mentioned, though, initially we're just tracking the cold, and we're going to be switching over graphics here. This is a look at forecast rainfall over the next 5 days. Notice there is a little bit of green tonight into the wee hours of tomorrow morning. So, of course, Thursday beginning at midnight. Between midnight and maybe 4 a.m. or so, there could be a little bit of spotty light rain, mainly south and southwest of Metro Atlanta. We'll walk you hour by hour. Again, I don't think many see anything tonight. Not a big hindrance, certainly, for your Thursday. And then we're just cold and dry Friday into Saturday, starting to warm back up Sunday. And then just in time, you know the drill at this point, more rain back in the first alert forecast. Monday, a first alert weather day, as rain could be widespread, and there is the potential for some rain, some of that rain to be heavy. So we'll be fine-tuning that forecast, again, as mentioned, over the next few days. I want to walk you hour by hour. We're going to pull up a forecast model. Again, this is just one computer's thinking as to what the radar will look like, what our forecast will look like here over the next 12 to 24 hours. So far, doing a good job. Probably notice those high clouds and then the mid-level clouds. So first high up, way, way, way up above our heads, those clouds late this afternoon. And then probably notice before sunset some of those lower, darker clouds moving in. This is all ahead of the front that will sweep through tomorrow. Notice here, temperatures nearly steady. Again, we've plummeted already back into the low to mid-40s in many spots. Now that clouds have really moved in and they're really starting to thicken, that kind of acts like a blanket. We're just not going to be able to cool that much more this evening and overnight tonight. So do keep that in mind. Tomorrow morning, again, hour by hour, bringing it back for you. Notice 1 a.m., Cleburne County, Alabama, getting into Randolph County, perhaps Douglas County, into the Dallas area, down into Heard County, Troup County. This is 2 o'clock in the morning. It's light and it's spotty, so we're not talking about a big impact to your overall day. 4 a.m., again, this is kind of dwindling, falling apart, but that 75 corridor from Jonesboro, Clayton County on south, 85 corridor from, let's say, Coweta County, central Coweta County, Noonan, on to the south. There is a chance of an early morning isolated shower, and then not only do we dry out, but we eventually clear out. And here's the crazy thing tomorrow, though. We may have more sunshine in the afternoon, but that does not mean that temperatures are going to soar with the return of sunshine. A tricky temperature forecast tomorrow. In fact, looking like temperatures will drop as we go through the afternoon. This is also a forecast model, basically what a computer thinks the weather will do over the next, in this case, we'll focus on tomorrow, kind of that 12-hour span from 7 a.m. To 7 p.m. on your Thursday. So out the door in the morning, 30s reserved for the mountains. Most of us are in the mid to upper 40s. Keep in mind, we were in the mid to upper 20s this morning. That's a 20-degree climb as far as overnight lows are concerned in 24 hours or less. Now, fast-forwarding it to noon, notice how that blue is diving south from the north. So we do have cold air moving in from the north. And I'm going to kind of draw this out for you to hopefully make it make more sense, so to speak. So here we are, cold air is moving in, but we still have the deeper greens and even some yellows to our south, some milder air kind of holding in here. But as we go through time, notice how that blue wins out. Here we are between 1 and 3 p.m. Notice how that blue air is sinking, or that blue color is sinking south. That means that the chillier air is spreading southward, so the temperature leveling off, if not falling, through the mid to late afternoon hours. So that's prime warming time. Typically, this time of year, we'll see our high temperatures 2:30, 3:30, somewhere in there, again, typically in the afternoon. Tomorrow, that high temperature in Atlanta, that warmest temperature of the day, could occur around noon, 1 p.m. 3 p.m. we're starting to cool back. Most of the North Metro is back in the 40s, so chillier than it was today in some spots already by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Here we are, 6 p.m., 30s and 40s. That's dinner time. And Atlanta is back in the lower 40s. North Metro in the upper 30s. Farther to the south, though, in Thomaston and in Covington, more so Thomaston here, upper 40s. So we range tomorrow, if this forecast model is correct, from 31 in Blairsville to 41 in Atlanta to 47 in Thomaston. You get the idea. Cold air bottled up to our north, but not for long. It breaks loose and heads south through the day tomorrow. And by this time tomorrow evening, 8 p.m., time now is 8:07, 29 in Calhoun, 26 in Blairsville, 33 in Lawrenceville, 35 Atlanta, 41 in Thomaston. And let's go ahead and bring you up a little bit further into Friday morning. We're looking at widespread temperatures, low to mid-20s, North Metro, teens in the mountains, 27 in Atlanta, again, 27 Thomaston, 24 in Jonesboro. That's just half the story, though. That is the actual temperature. Here's what it might feel like. And because there will still be a breeze, do keep that in mind. This is not a calm morning Friday. There's going to be a little bit of a breeze still blowing. So I'm going to fast forward here to bring you right to Friday morning. And I know you see different numbers on here, but let's focus on Friday morning, as that will be the coldest. In fact, Thursday night into Friday morning, we can go and pick it up at 10 p.m. Wind chills in the teens, mid to upper teens in many areas, low to mid-20s further to the south and east. As we get it into Friday morning, waking up to wind chills in the upper teens in Atlanta, 8 degrees in LJ. That's the wind chill. That's what it feels like, cold temperature, and then with that wind factored in, 27 in Gainesville, 12 in Carrollton. That is what it is going to feel like out the door on our Friday morning. Here's what we have going for the weekend, though. Saturday, it's going to be cold, mid-upper 20s once again. And Friday afternoon, we only manage low to mid-40s. That's with full sunshine, just to show you the scope of this cold air mass. It's not a cloudy, blocking out the sun sort of chilly day. Even with the full effect of the sun in play, temperatures only peaking in the low to mid-40s. We are again in the mid-upper 20s Saturday morning. 53 Saturday afternoon, so starting to warm up. Still cold, but not nearly as cold. Sunday morning. Sunday afternoon near 60. Monday is a first alert weather day, as mentioned. Again, this is another front, much like the past few that have brought much colder temperatures. However, the impact with this system is going to be wet weather, it appears. Not as much cold air behind this front. Let's walk you hour by hour. Again, Sunday, rain to our west. Let's bring it into the wee hours of Monday morning. Here we are, pausing it at 5 a.m. First alert weather day Monday. Latest data wants to bring in some rain. Not as much. It's light. It's kind of sprinkly, but some rain along the north of I-20, even for our morning commuters. Watch what happens as we go through the day. Here we are at 10, 11, noon. Rain becomes more widespread, and where you see the deep greens and the yellows, and even in this case some oranges, that's moderate to heavy rain. Potentially midday Monday, that affects the lunch commute, the lunch rush, maybe those afternoon errands. You try to squeeze in on your late morning, early afternoon lunch break, and it does look like that some of this rain will linger into the early evening, 5, 6, 7 p.m., kind of a slow west to east shift of that rain, a slow drying trend from west to east on our Monday. So as it looks now, the potential is certainly there for rain to impact your plans on Monday. It's not that it's, set in stone. It's not that it's 100% guarantee, but it's enough of a possibility. The First Alert Weather Team decided to, highlight Monday a couple days ago as a day that has enough of a chance of rain, likely enough scenario of rain, that we want to go ahead and highlight that day and First Alert Weather Day and let you know that we will be monitoring it for potential updates. So back of your head, keep it back there. Don't cancel the plans yet. Just know that Monday could have some nastier weather in there in regards to rain, persistent rain, and we'll be keeping an eye on that, keeping you updated. And if it looks drier, if it looks like Monday's forecast is trending better, of course, we'll peel off that First Alert Weather Day and let you know as soon as we do so. Active weather patterns, some unsettled weather Tuesday into Wednesday. It is possible rain could become more widespread again Wednesday. And if that trend continues, we'll highlight Wednesday as another kind of washout of a day We'll be keeping you updated on Atlanta News First. In fact, First Alert Meteorologist Patrick Pete again back at 10 p.m. New data coming in. Full look at your forecast as well. That's at 10 on Peachtree TV, Atlanta CW affiliate. And then we will also keep you updated in the First Alert Weather app this evening. He'll quickly, here in a few moments, have a new video recorded in the First Alert Weather app. And your next catch of the stream tomorrow morning, right after the end of the morning newscast. You can also wake up with the team if you can't stay up with the team tonight. Tomorrow morning, starting at 4:30. Have a wonderful evening.